It began as all great love stories do. Two hearts beating as one, a young couple united by love, faith, and shared dreams of a bright future. Akolade and Titilayo Arowolo seemed to embody everything a perfect marriage promised: passion, devotion, and the hope of forever. But behind the smiles and public displays of affection lay a darkness waiting to erupt. Welcome to Through the Gavel Series, where justice meets storytelling. Each episode unravels compelling tales of courage, conflict, and triumph from the legal arena, bringing to light stories that shape lives, communities, and history. From landmark rulings to the quiet victories that inspire change, we explore the transformative power of law and its impact on real lives. In today's episode of Through the Gavel Stories, our story starts thus. June 24th, 2011, started like any other day. Lagos bustled with life, unaware that within the Arowolo home, a storm was brewing. By nightfall, tragedy struck. A piercing scream shattered the stillness, only to fade into an eerie silence. Neighbors whispered in alarm, but nothing could prepare them, or anyone, for what came next. When Titilayo's family entered the home, their worst fears were realized. The young bank worker and mother lay lifeless in a pool of her own blood. Her body bore a staggering 76 stab wounds, a brutal testament to the violence that had unfolded. The once vibrant Titilayo, full of life and promise, had been reduced to a chilling symbol of domestic horror. Akolade, her husband, was nowhere to be found. Panic turned to suspicion, and suspicion to a manhunt. Days later, he was apprehended, protesting his innocence with a story that raised more questions than answers. What followed was a trial that gripped an entire nation. It was not just a fight for justice, but a grim unveiling of the shadowy corners of a troubled marriage. Akolade claimed it was all an accident. In his version, Titilayo had tragically fallen onto a knife during an argument. But the prosecution, armed with forensic evidence and testimony, painted a far darker picture. Witnesses spoke of a volatile marriage plagued by violence. Titilayo's family revealed her private anguish, her many attempts to leave Akolade, and her tragic decision to always return, hoping for redemption. The coroner's report delivered the final blow. The sheer brutality of the attack left no doubt. This was no accident. Each wound told the story of sustained, deliberate violence. In 2014, after 2 years of courtroom battles and public speculation, the court pronounced its judgment. Akolade Arowolo was found guilty of murder under the then Section 3191 of the Criminal Code of Lagos State, 2003, now Section 316 of the Criminal Law of Lagos State, 2015, which defined murder as the unlawful killing of another person with malice aforethought, intentional harm, or reckless indifference to life. The judge described Akolade's actions as inhumane and callous. His sentence: death by hanging. For Titilayo's grieving family, it was a measure of justice, though no verdict could truly heal the void her death had left behind. Akolade's tale, once one of love and potential, ended in the solitude of a prison cell. His story stands as a stark warning of how unchecked anger and violence can destroy not only lives but entire families. Through the grave, Titilayo's voice echoes as a cautionary tale, a rallying cry for justice and the right to live without fear. Her story, tragic as it is, remains a beacon of hope for survivors of abuse and a chilling reminder of the cost of silence. This story is a true event. See Akolade Arowolo versus State, 2014, LPELR-23294 CA for more. And don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel for more impactful law stories.